Hello, hello, fellow crafters and YouTubers. It's Angie. How's everybody doing today? Thought I'd come on today and do a video with you guys. I started doing some printing, some digital kits, and had a couple ideas of what I wanted to do. And I thought I would just take you guys along for the ride and show you just another way of, I guess, shifting gears when you have one idea in mind and that doesn't work out and you have to go a different route. So I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was doing it, printing a digital, and my ink ran low on my printer. And these are the images I've got. Okay, it's supposed to be browns, you know, kind of a neutral colors, and this is what I got. The first two here aren't too bad, but you can see how the color quickly changed, and I got this hue of greens and just a mess there. But I got to cutting it and I got to thinking, I was like, well, it'll still work for some collaging when I just need to use a background piece. But then I got to thinking, I was looking at it like this, and I folded it in half, and it got me to thinking that I could still utilize these. And then that got me to thinking, well, why don't I just get on and jump on and do a video with you guys? So what I had in mind, I grabbed a few elements of what I think that might look nice and turn out. But when I folded it in half, I thought this would make a cute little notebook for our journals. Okay, we're looking at folded in half. This is kind of postcard size, I guess, miniature postcard size, you would say. Oops. They are 4 by 3. So I was like, why don't I just make a few cute little notebooks, and then we can just put something on the top, embellish the top even more to make it look more cute, because the images on these are just lovely. It's really pretty. Just the color is the only thing that didn't come out. So that would make a few little notebooks. So I said it's 4 by 3. So I'm just gonna use coffee dyed paper tonight. I'm gonna bring out my guillotine. Excuse me for a minute. And I brought a few pieces of coffee dyed paper. So we are gonna need 3 by 8 then, right? Let me double check that. Or 3 by 8 1/4. So we need to cut a few strips, and we'll go just a little bit less than 3. We'll go like 2 7/8. And actually, this way will be long enough. So on this one, that was just a scratch piece I had laying around, so I'll go ahead and use that. And then we'll go this way and we can get more pieces of paper. And I was figuring, you know, they'll fit into a little text spot in our journals or something. So we don't need a lot. We don't need it really thick, a big notebook, just something with 3 or 4 pages in it. Just so we can stick in our little text spots and have a little spot for additional writing and jotting things down. Get them all the same. And actually, when we fold them in half, we'll have to trim off a little bit, because you guys know when you fold things in half and combine multiple pieces of paper, it tends to push the ends out, but we'll trim that off and even all that up once we get to that stage. Not a problem. But yeah, I got to looking, I was like, these will make some really cute little notepads. And you don't have to use coffee dyed paper. You can use regular tablet paper. You can use your scrap pieces of paper, graph paper, whatever kind of paper you want. I just happen to think, oh, I'll use coffee dyed. So that's what I grabbed. Okay, that's enough of that cutting for the moment. Got a few strips here to work with. Okay. So on this first one, I thought we'd just fold it right in half. And then I'm just going to trim off this little bit of excess of this white right here. And then I brought some lace and some trims. And I thought I grabbed cheesecloth, but I didn't. I'll just cut that little bit of white off. And then we got our base cover for our book. But now I printed this on regular copy paper. So this is kind of flimsy, your choice. You can leave it as is, or you can back it with something. And I think I will. I think I'll back it with just a piece of copy dyed paper that I got here. And it's a little bit shy of the exact measurement, but that's fine. Matter of fact, I'm going to trim this down, cut off this little torn end here. And I think that might be a blessing. Might just work out just fine. Let's take a look and see what we're looking at. Yeah, I think that'll look fine, just even though there's a little bit of a exterior edge there. I think that'll look fine. And we'll ink that up anyway, so I'm gonna grab some glue stick here and my glue book, and we'll get to gluing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and place this where I want it, and I'm going to glue one side and lift up the other side and glue the other side, just so it doesn't move on me. So how is everyone today? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing good. Weather is trying, and I emphasize trying, to warm up here. We've had so much rain and snow and just really, to me, yucky weather for this time of year. We've had snow way longer than we should have. That's beyond the norm. But I think we've gotten through that. Now we're just dealing with some rain, which isn't bad. But we're still having some cool days. Tomorrow it's supposed to warm up and get up maybe mid-70s, I think. We're going to give that a second to dry. While that's drying, we can go ahead and fold our pages. And we can just do 3. I think that'll be enough. You can feel that glue in there. It's just not quite dry. See, it's kind of smudging out. I'll move that out of the way. Okay. Let's give that a gentle fold on the existing fold where I had it. Okay. Alrighty. So there we got a little cover of a notebook right there. And we got 3 pages. And you can do it just like you would a normal signature. You could sew it in if you wanted to, which would look really lovely. Make it match your journal, whatever journal you put it in. You could glue it in or staple it in. Today, I think for convenience of time, I think I'm just going to staple them. And as you can see, I'm just measuring. See, when we fold the pages in half, see how it kind of pushes the pages out a little bit? I am just going to trim just a hair of that off, about a 1/16 of an inch. Just to even those ends up. I think that's enough. Perfect. nice and flush with the cover. Okay, so now, difficult part, if I could just get a straight staple on this, that would make me very happy. So I'm going to bring in a clip to help me. Get that positioned where I want it. Push it all the way in, just like you would a signature, and then we're going to clip it. And then I'm going to grab my long stapler, move this out of the way so you guys can see. Excuse me, I leave it on the floor so it gets kind of dusty. And we're gonna, do I want the staples on the outside or the inside? I want them on the inside, I think. And I think I'll just do 2 staples. Try and get it as straight as I can. Not too bad. Better. Okay, and I'll bring that back up when we need it. And there we go. We have got ourselves a little 3x4 notebook for our journals. Now, I mean, if you wanted to be quick and easy about it, you could leave it just as is. I mean, even though the ink color isn't perfect, I mean, just to go into a tuck spot, I think that still works, but we'll do a little something. We'll zhuzh it up just a bit, try and see if we can make it look a little bit better. Now, for that, I thought either some lace, because there is supposed to be some greens and hues and stuff in there. So I was going through my laces and I saw this, and then I just grabbed some white lace. So let's see what we want to use. Which that things make me think of like country living and country farm, and that might look nice. So let's do the first one with this. And I'm just going to cut a little extra and I'll trim off what I don't need. Okay. And we're just going to put that right across there. And for that, I'm going to use my glossy accents. Going to run a bead across the front, get it in place, and then we'll flip it over and secure the back side. Okay. This is just a piece of plastic that I used to kind of keep the glue off of my fingers. Okay, we'll run a bead across the other side. Run that down. Hold that over. You know, so the reason why I thought of doing this, just basically, if you guys haven't, just, you know, when something doesn't quite work out the way that you had planned, don't be too quick to discard it, throw it away. I mean, I know we all do it. I do it myself. I'll push it off to the side and say we'll come back to it. We never do. Just because we had one thing in mind for that particular piece, and when it doesn't work out, you know, we kind of, I don't know, lose focus on, or we don't look at the whole picture sometimes as to what else that piece can turn into. So, you know, that was just my thought on this. Okay, so that's looking pretty cute already. And then, well, that's drying. I brought some stickers. These are just some random washi stickers I thought maybe we could put on the front. They don't really go with the theme on there, but just to add a little color, maybe we can put a little something on the front. which kind of stands out. Let's see something with some color, see how that looks. That looks better. Let me look at this one. This has got some butterflies, real colorful. Let's see if we can see something in here that we might want to use. Just to be honest, we could do something. Along the lines of kind of just like that. Kind of like that just by itself. I think I'm going to go with that. Like I said, I want to keep it relatively easy and something that can go into any themed journal, and it won't take away from any particular page. If anything, it'll add a nice little accent to a pocket or a tuck. We're just going to put that right down, right on there. Maybe we can add a little word. Let's see. And I've got these. Oh, I didn't think about that. I've got, where are they? These little pearls. I wonder how that would look. Let's just grab a few. What the heck? Let's just put it down, huh? See what it looks like. That, and then maybe a word. I'll grab my words here. Find a little something. There's something that says, "Dear friends." How about that? Maybe just put that right down there. And there we go. We've got ourselves a cute little notebook. Now we could, if we wanted to, we could just do a little inking on that. And I think I'm going to use change my ink dauber and use my Rusty Hinge color. Grab that, pull that out, put that on. Since it'll add a little something, since there's a little orange in that flower. Some on the back. Yeah. What do you think? How cute is that? Great for a tuck spot. Okay, let's do another one. So, what do we got here? This one. Let's cut off those ends. Okay, see how many pieces of paper we have left. 1, 2, 3, just enough. And fold those in half. Okay. do one without backing and we'll see how it holds up. Okay, we do have to trim a little bit off like we did last time. Okay. That. Bring the stapler back in and give it a staple. Push those in real good. Get them nice and pushed down to the center. And we'll give them a little clip to hold them. Bring my stapler back in. And see if we can get a good staple. And I'm just gonna try to look here. I think that's it. Okay. Do one more. That's pretty good. All right. Move that out of the way. And we got ourselves our second notebook. Give that fold again, good press. Okay, there we go. Let's see, we used the white lace on the last one, so let's do something different on this one. See how this would hold up. Give it a try. We'll see how it's gonna do. Okay. Put a lid on there. Okay. And a little blue. Now this ribbon is narrower, so than the lace was. Looks like it's still going to hold well. Okay, we're going to give that just a minute. And while we're doing that, we can look through and see what we can put on the top of this one. That green. Actually, I kind of like that just as is, to be honest. Let's take another second look at that. Let me take this off. And we're gonna ink up the ends and see how that looks. And if you wanted to, you can go in and do the ends of your notebook as well. Give those a little ink on the ends. Totally up to you. And actually, I didn't back this one with the coffee dyed paper. It is a little flimsy, but it's still workable. Excuse me for that. I did not turn my phone on silent. Run a little bit of ink on the ends. Nothing too much. And then I also, we can do it down the middle if you want, a little bit down the middle. There we go. Yeah, I like that, just like that. We could go one step further, and I grabbed some stamps. I'm really trying to break out my stamps and use my stamps more. So I thought maybe we can add a little word, a little something to each page. And these ones just say wish, joy, always, and grateful. So I like that. So let's see how it's going to work with this. And I'm going to just grab a piece of, yeah, that's going to work. Okay. Make them each look a little bit different. I thought maybe we could just, maybe right down in the corner. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty. And we can actually do a different one on each one, or every other page, whatever we want to do. Maybe we'll skip a page and put grateful on that one. That's nice. And then skip one and come back and put joy on this one. There we go. Okay, very nice. I like it just like that. Just plop it right in. Okay, let's do one more. Got that last one. Let's do this one together and see if we can do this one a little bit different as well. And actually, why don't we, I just got another thought. Why don't we cut this one off and make some mini notebooks. And there we go. And we'll get 4 out of this instead of 3. Oops. Here we go. Now we got 2 more covers. Okay, so let me cut this down. I'm gonna push all this out the way for the moment. I'm gonna pull out my guillotine, and we said 3 inches or a little bit less than 3 inches in length. So you're gonna go right about there. This into 2 strips. I'll see if I need more. Since these are smaller, so we need them about there. And since these are just little ones, I can just cut these with the scissors. Cut that down. That down. Okay, there we go. Got ourselves another little mini book. Very cute. So let me cut these this one here, and I'm just going to use this one for a guide, so I don't have to pull out my guillotine and put it right in your guys' face again. Okay. Here's a quick fold. There we go. Very cute. Okay, move that out the way. And that. Bring the stapler back up. And give that a poke. And see where we want that. Let's see. And these are small enough. You could just do one. I'll go ahead and just do two though. Okay. Staple this one. Paper straight, that would help. Okay. Alrighty, pretty good. Get those out of the way, get that out of the way. Alright guys, now we got two more. Not too bad. Crease that down good. And we've got two more little notebooks. Isn't that adorable? Alright, and I'm going to ink those up. And I think I've got a little bit of black ink on there. I don't know. Make sure that's off. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay, and we could leave those as is, or we could put a little something extra on those. Thought I just saw a mushroom. No. Kind of like just leaving them like that, actually. Just the ink kind of just does just enough for them. Although the insides are a little bland, we can dress those up with some something. Maybe just put that right in the front. How about that? And what's this one? Always. Okay. we go. Very cute. Very, very cute. I just feel like we need a little ink on the inside here. If you wanted to, you could put your little pocket in there if you want, but I'm just going to keep these little notepads very, very simple, very basic. That's enough. Okay, guys, there we go. Got 4 notebooks. Get that out of the way. Got 4 notebooks out of one 8.5 by 11 printable. That the ink was messed up. That on any other Notion, any other day, I probably would have just thrown it away, discarded it, and not thought twice about it because the color didn't come out exactly the way I wanted to. Yes, is it a little faded, a little off, but in a little tuck spot, tucked in a little pocket, pull that out, open that up, see something like that. I think that will be very pleasing to the person that's getting it, the person that's using it, and looking at it. I think it's very nice. And then these are the ones that we backed with a little bit of coffee dyed paper. You can even go further and do a little stamping on the inside of those pages, but these ones just give them a little bit more real estate to write. You know, they can even write this way if they wanted to. You know, we could have put the decorations, you know, so they know that tablet goes up and down this way, but I kind of like it like this. Okay, very basic, very cute. So we got 2 tablets, 3 by 4, and then we got 2 tablets that are, what is that? Half of that, 2 by 3. 2 of them that are 2 by 3. And depending on what journal, I may come back and put a little something over the top. I might put a little cheesecloth and a little cluster, put a little button, maybe a little button or something with a little fabric cluster on there or something. That would be cute as well. But that's my idea. That's my thought for today. So thank you for sharing some time with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the notebooks, and I will see you soon, okay? God bless. Bye-bye.